Vasa Prabhum Tata Chanavatar Chaitanya Lila Vishtar Karino Do Nityananda Prabja Karunadena Bhushito Vyaktachano Burachincho Vavande Vyasarupino Shri Guru Gaur Gandharva Govindas Cha Ganaisaha Jayanti Patakas Ch.Ch Sarvesham Karunarjino. So we are continuing this morning with our hearing of
Vishakha Devidasi ki
Jai Gurudev Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And yesterday we heard Gundicha Marjan Leela as well as the Gundicha Marjan Leela Rahasya explanation by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur. So we'll continue from there. Jai Gurudev. Nishinga mandir bitar bahire shodilo Kaneka vishram kodi nityadam bilo. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also cleansed the Nrsimha temple inside and outside. Finally, he rested a few minutes and then began dancing. Purport: the Nrsimha temple is a nice temple just outside the Gundicha temple. It is in this temple there is a great festival on the day of Nrsimha Chaturdashi. There is also a Nrsimha temple at Navadvip where the same festival is observed, as described by Murari Gupta in his book Chaitanya Charit. Charidike Bhaktagan Koden Kirtan Madhya Nritya Koden Prabhu Mata Simhasam. All around Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the devotees performed congregational chanting. The Lord, just like a maddened lion, danced in the middle. Svedakampa Vaivarnyashu Pulaka Hunkar Nijanga Duyage Cholayashudar. As usual, when Mahaprabhu danced, there were perspiration, trembling, fading, tears, jubilation, and roaring. Indeed, the tears from his eyes washed his body and those before him. Charidike Bhaktanga Koilo Prakshalan Shavanera Megajeno Kore Badishan. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu washed the bodies of all the devotees with the tears from his eyes. The tears poured like rains in the month of Shravam, the rainy season. Mahaucha Sankirtane Akasha Bodhilo Prabhurudanda Nitya Bhumikampa Hoilo. The sky was filled with the great and loud chanting of Sankirtan, and the earth shook from the jumping and dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sadhupe Uchagan Prabhude Sadabhai Anande Udanda Nitya Kore Gaudharai. Mahaprabhu always liked the loud chanting of Swarup Damodar. Therefore, when Swarup Damodar sang, Mahaprabhu danced and jumped high in jubilation. Emata Kotoka Nitya Je Kodiya Vishram Kodila Prabhu Samoy Bhujiya. The Lord thus chanted and danced for some time. Finally, understanding the circumstances, or the time, he stopped. Acharya Gosayar Putra Shri Gopal Nam Nitya Korite Tade Agya Dilo Gauradam. Mahaprabhu then ordered Shri Gopal, the son of Advaita Acharya, to dance. Prema Vesha Nitya Kori Hoila Murchite Achetan Hoyate Ho Podila Bhumite. While dancing in ecstatic love, Shri Gopal fainted and fell to the ground unconscious. Haste Vyaste Acharya Tade Koilo Kole Swasharohito Deki Acharya Hoila Vikale. When Shri Gopal fainted, Advaita Acharya hastily took him upon his lap. Seeing that he was not breathing, he became very much agitated. Nishingar mantra podi made jala chanti hunkade shabde brahmanda jai fati. Advaita Acharya and others began to chant the holy name of Lord Nrsinga and sprinkle water. The roaring of the chant was so great that it seemed to shake the entire universe. Onek korilo tabo na hoy chetan, Acharya kanden kande sabhaktagam. When the boy did not regain consciousness after some time, Advaita Acharya and the other devotees began to cry. Tobe Mahaprabhu tar buke hasta dilo, Uttaha gopa boli uchchaishwade kohilo. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu placed his hand on the chest of Sri Gopal and said loudly, Gopal, stand up. Shunite Gopale hoilo chetan, Hari boli nitya kore sarva bhaktagan. As soon as Gopal heard the voice of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he immediately came to his senses. All the devotees then began to dance, chanting the holy name of Hari. Hey lila varniyachen dasa vrindavam, Ataiva sankepa kori korilo varnan. This incident has been described in detail by Vrindavan Das Thakur. Therefore, I have described it only in brief. Purport: this is a matter of etiquette. If a previous acharya has already written about something, there is no need to repeat it for personal sense gratification or to outdo the previous acharya. Unless there is some definite improvement, one should not repeat. Tobe Mahaprabhu konek vishram kodiya, snana kodi bhare gela bhakta gana loya. After taking rest, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees departed to take their baths. Tire utti poden Prabhu shushka vasan, Nrsinga deve namaskari gela upavan. After bathing, the Lord stood on the bank of the lake and put on dry garments. After offering obeisances to Lord Nrsingadev, whose temple was nearby, the Lord entered a garden. Udyane bosila Prabhu bhakta gana loya, tobe vani nataila mahaprasad loya. In the garden, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down with the other devotees. Vaninath Rai then came and brought all kinds of Mahaprasad. Kashi Mishra Tulasi Podicha Duijan, Panchashata Logjata Koroye Bojan, Tatana Pitapana Sabapatailo, Deki Mahaprabhu Mane Santosha Hoilo. Kashi Mishra and Tulasi, the superintendent of the temple, brought as much prasadam as 500 men could eat. Seeing the large quantity of prasad, which consisted of rice, cakes, sweet rice, and a variety of vegetables, Mahaprabhu was very satisfied. Puri Gosai Mahaprabhu Bharati Brahmananda, Advaita Acharya Prabhu Nityananda. Among the devotees present with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati, Advaita Acharya, and Nityananda Prabhu. Acharya Ratna, Acharya Nidhi, Shivas Gadadhar, Shankar Nandan Acharya, Raghava Vakrishwar. Acharya Ratna, Acharya Nidhi, Shivas Thakur, Gadadhar Pandit, Shankar, Nandanacharya, Raghava Pandit, and Vakreshwar were also present. Prabhu Agyapaya Vaise Apane Sarva Bhuma, Pindar Upade Prabhu Vaise Loya Bhakta Gana. Receiving the permission of the Lord, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya sat down. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his devotees sat on raised wooden seats. Tar tole, kori anukram, Udyan bodhi vaise bhakta korite bhojam. In this way, all the devotees sat down to take their lunch in consecutive lines, one beside the other. Haridas boli Prabhu dake gane gan, dore rohi Haridas kore nivedan. Mahaprabhu was repeatedly calling, Haridas, Haridas. And at that time, Haridas, standing at a distance, spoke as follows. Bhakta sange Prabhu karun pasarangikar, e sange bosite jogja nahi muichar. Haridas Thakur said, let Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu take his lunch with the devotees. Since I am abominable, I cannot sit down among you. Pache more pashar Govinda dibe bahir dware, manajani Prabhu puna naboli lotade. Govinda will give me prasad later, outside the door. Understanding his mind, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not call him again. Sarup Gosai, Jagadananda Damodar, Kashishwar Gopinath, Vaninath Shankar, Pariveshan Kore Tahae Satajan, Madhya Madhya Haridwani Kore Bhaktagan. Sarup Damodar Gosai, Jagadananda, Damodar Pandit, Kashishwar, Gopinath, Vaninath and Shankar distributed prasad, and the devotees chanted the holy names at intervals. Pulin Bojan Krishna Porve Ch.Ch Koilo, Se Lila Mahaprabhur Mane Smriti Hoilo. Lord Sri Krishna had previously taken his lunch in the forest, and that very pastime was remembered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So as Krishna, he has his picnic in the garden with his cowherd boyfriends. So Mahaprabhu, he's also having a picnic in a garden, and so he's naturally remembering Krishna and his lunch pastime. Jajapi prema veshe Prabhu hoila astir, samay bujiya Prabhu hoila kichu dear. Just by remembering the pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was agitated by ecstatic love. But considering the time and circumstance, he remained calm. Prabhu kohe more deho lafra vyanjane, pita pada mita gotika deho bhakta gane. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you can give me the ordinary vegetable known as lafra vyanjan, and you may deliver to all the devotees better preparations like cake, sweet rice, and amrita gotika. Jai Shri Rangarada Giridhari Jai. So lafra is like a simple boiled vegetable. Different vegetables, boiled vegetables mixed together. It is a simple thing. Although Gurudev, he liked lafra. I was never such a big fan of lafra, especially when it had the stick sabji inside of it. But Gurudev, actually, his taste was very simple. Of course, he liked all kinds of prasadam, but he was very satisfied with very simple prasadam. He would take muri powder, puffed rice, ground into a powder, like absolute, it's like eating sawdust. Yeah, with some warm water or maybe some warm milk or like that. And he said, we are always getting taste from muri. And I always remember that occasion in Italy when the devotees presented him with so many different flavors of gelato. And Gurudev said, actually, I like vanilla. Very, very instructive. So many things to tickle our fancy, to stimulate our senses. And, something simple is good. Vanilla is good. You've got chocolate and and pistachio and mint and so many different combinations, and I'll take vanilla. Really, if you go to these Italian gelaterias, there's like maybe 50 different flavors. I will take vanilla. To just be satisfied with simple living, high thinking. So Mahaprabhu is saying, Pita Pana. Pita Pana is some very special sweets. Okay. They used to serve it sometimes, but I can't remember exactly which one it was. I don't want to speculate. But very rich, and I think it has it's like wheat, and then there's also some milk sweet. Maybe like a cream, or maybe it's one with a burfi filling. I can't remember, but it's very rich, it's tasty sweet. So Mahaprabhu is saying, I'll take the lafra, these simple boiled vegetables, and give the devotees, I'm a sannyasi, I'm going to take very simply, let everybody else take the fancy prasadam. Oh, well, it says here, Amrita Gutika is a preparation of thick pori mixed with condensed milk. And then the Pita Pana is something else, but a similar kind of very opulent sweet. Sarvagya Prabhu Janin Jade Je Bhai Tade Tade Se Deo Jai Sarup Dwararai. Since Mahaprabhu is omniscient, he knew what types of preparations each person liked. He therefore had Srup Damodar deliver these preparations to each devotee to his full satisfaction. Jagadananda Vedai Pariveshan Korite Prabhupate Balodravya Deno Achambite. Jagadananda went to distribute prasadam, and suddenly he placed all the first-class preparations on the plate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jajapi dile Prabhu tade koren rosh, bole chole tabu deno dile se santosh. When such nice prasadam was put on the plate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord was outwardly very angry. Nonetheless, when the preparations were placed on his plate, sometimes by tricks and sometimes by force, the Lord was satisfied. So internally he's appreciating, his devotees' desire to serve him so nicely, but externally to show some example of a sober sannyasi, then he's showing some anger. Punarapi se dravya kore nirikan, tar boye Prabhu kiche koren bakan. When the food was thus delivered, Mahaprabhu looked at it for some time, being afraid of Jagadananda. He finally ate something. Nakaile Jagadananda koribe upavas, tarage kichokan manea itras. The Lord knew that if he did not eat the food offered by Jagadananda, Jagadananda would certainly fast. Being afraid of this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ate some of the prasadam he offered. In material exchanges, we are looking for our own enjoyment. But in devotional exchanges, one is only going to enjoy something for the enjoyment of another, for the satisfaction of another Vaishnava. To make the Lord and other Vaishnavas happy, then we will take something enjoyable. There is always thought of giving happiness to the other. Sarup Gosai Balo Mishta Prasad Loya Prabhu ke nivedan kore age dandaya. Swarup Damodar Goswami then brought some excellent sweetmeats and standing before the Lord offered them to him. E Mahaprashadalpo Koroho Aswadan Deka Jagannatha Kaiche Kayachen Bhojan. Swarup Damodar Goswami then said, just take a little of this Mahaprasad and see how it is that Lord Jagannath has accepted it. Etta boli age kichu kore samarpan, tar snehe Prabhu kichu koren bhojan. Upon saying this, Swarup Damodar Goswami placed some food before the Lord, and the Lord, out of affection, ate it. Hemata dui jan kore bar bar, vichitre dui bhakter sneha vyavahar. Swarup Damodar and Jagadananda again and again offered the Lord some food. Thus they behaved affectionately with the Lord. This was very, very uncommon. Or like wonderful, uncommon in the sense of some vichitra, something extraordinary, something wonderful. Sarvabhome Prabhu Bosiachen Bama Bhashe Dui Bhakter Sneha Deki Sarvabhoma Hase. The Lord made Sarvabhoma sit on his left side, and when Sarvabhoma saw the behavior of Swarup Damodar and Jagadananda, he smiled. Sarvabhome Deyam Prabhu Pashadutam Sneha Kori Barbar Kadan Bhojan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also wanted to offer Sarvabhoma first-class food. Therefore, out of affection, he had the servers put first-class food on his plate again and again. Gopinatha Charja Uttam Mahaprasadani Sarvabhome Diya Kohe Sumadurvani. Gopinatha Charja also brought first-class food and offered it to Sarvabhoma while speaking sweet words. Or Uttam Mahaprasad, like the best Mahaprasad, the topmost Mahaprasad. Kahabata Charja Purva Jaravyavahar Kahae Paramananda Koruho Vichar. After serving the Bhattacharya with first-class prasadam, Gopinathacharya said, just consider what the Bhattacharya's previous mundane behavior was. Just consider how at present he is enjoying transcendental bliss. So Gopinathacharya, he's the brother-in-law, right, of Sarvabhauma, so he can tease him like this in public. Purport. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was previously a smarta Brahmin, that is, one who strictly follows the Vedic principles on the mundane platform. On the mundane platform, one cannot believe that prasadam is transcendental, that Govinda is the original form of the Supreme Lord, or that a Vaishnava is a liberated person. These transcendental considerations are out of the ordinary Vedic scholar's jurisdiction. Most Vedic scholars are called Vedantists. These so-called followers of Vedanta philosophy consider the absolute truth to be impersonal. They also believe that a person born in a particular caste cannot change his caste until he dies and takes rebirth. The smarta Brahmins also reject the fact that Mahaprasad is transcendental and materially uncontaminated. Originally, Sarvabhauma was subjected to all the rules and regulations of the Vedic principles on the mundane platform. Now Gopinathacharya pointed out how Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had been converted by the causeless mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Being converted, Sarvabhauma partook of prasadam with the Vaishnavas. Indeed, he sat by the side of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sarvabhauma kohe ami tarkika kubudi tomar prasade more sampat siddhi. Sarvabhauma replied to Gopinath, I was simply a less intelligent logician. but by your grace I have received this opulence of perfection. Mahaprabhu vina keho nahi doyam hoy, kakere garuda kore aiche kon hoy. But for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sarvabhauma continued, who is so merciful, he has converted a crow into a Garuda. Who could be so merciful? Tarkik Shigal Sange Bhu Kori Se Muke Besada Kohi Krishna Hari. In the association of the jackals known as logicians, I simply continued to bark a resounding boo, boo. Now from the same mouth I am chanting the holy names Krishna and Hari. Kaha bahir muktarki Shishyagana Sange Kaha ye Sangha Sudha Samudra Tarange. Whereas I once associated with the disciples of logic, all non-devotees, I am now merged in the waves of the nectarian ocean of the association of devotees. Prabhu kohe porve siddha Krishna tomar priti toma sange ama sabha hoilo Krishna mati. Mahaprabhu said to Sarvabhauma, from your previous birth you have been in Krishna consciousness. Thus you love Krishna so much that simply by your association we are all developing Krishna consciousness. Bhakta mahima badaite bhakte sukadite Mahaprabhu vinanya nahi trigate. Thus there is no one within these three worlds save for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is always so willing to increase the glories of the devotees and give them satisfaction. Tobe Prabhu Patyeke Sabhaktir Nama Loya Pita Pana Deo Jailo Prasad Koriya. Mahaprabhu then took all the remnants of food offered to Jagannath, such as cakes and sweet rice, and distributed them to all the other devotees, calling them individually. Advaita Nityananda Bosiachene Katai Dui Jane Krida Kaloho Lagilo Tatai. Advaita, Charja, and Nityananda Prabhu sat side by side, and when prasadam was being distributed, they engaged in a type of mock fighting. Advaita kohe avaduter sange ka bhakti Bhojan korilo na jani hobe kon gati. First Advaita Charja said, I am sitting in line with an unknown mendicant, and because I am eating with him, I do not know what kind of destination is awaiting me. So Advaita Charja and Nityananda, they always have this play with one another. So Advaita Charja is starting by saying, no, I'm sitting with some or he's saying an avadut. An avadut means someone, it could be said as a compliment, but it could be said with some irony, like as an insult. An avadut, someone who is beyond the rules and regulations, right? So it could also be used as an ironic way to describe someone who just lives in a very random way. It doesn't follow anything, not because they're transcendental, but just because they're ignorant or lazy. and so, according to the Vedic standard, if you sit next to someone who's contaminated in some way, then you will also be contaminated. My mother had this experience when she was, and this is like in the 80s, and she was, because my father speaks Hindi, and they were walking somewhere, some village, I guess, but my mother's shadow passed over, somehow passed over someone's plate of food. Maybe they walked too close to like someone's personal area, courtyard or veranda or something, I don't know. But somehow my mother's shadow went over someone's plate. And then my father could understand that the lady saw that, and she told someone, oh, throw that away, now it's been contaminated, like this mlecha, this lady, her shadow's gone over. So this is like in the 80s, like just somebody's shadow. So very strong, that type of prejudice. So Advaita Acharya is saying, I'm sitting here eating with this, unknown person of questionable practices. What's going to become of me? I don't know. Prabhuto sannyasi yuha nahi apachoy anadoshe sannyasi dosha nahi hoy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the renounced order of life. Consequently, he does not recognize discrepancies. As a matter of fact, a sannyasi is not affected by eating food from anywhere and everywhere. Nanadosh, so I think he's saying like Mahaprabhu doesn't have to worry, he's living on a higher platform. Right, so he's saying for Mahaprabhu this is okay, because he's on a higher platform. He's in the renounced order of life, so he won't be affected by, any impurity here. But I have to, he's saying for Mahaprabhu it's okay, but for me this is not good, Nanadoshen maskadiye shastra praman amito grihasta brahman namadoshastan. According to the Shastra, there is no discrepancy in a sannyasi's eating at another's house. But for a householder Brahmin, this kind of eating is faulty. So Advaita, he's in the position of a grihasta Brahmin. So for me, this is not acceptable. Janmakul shilacha najani jahar tar sange eka pankti bodhoanachar. It is not proper for householders to dine with those whose previous birth, family, character, and behavior are unknown. So let's see how Nityananda responds. Nityananda ko hetumi Advaita Acharya Advaita Siddhanta Bade Shuddha Bhakti Karja. This is like an ouch. Saying your name is Advaita Acharya. Advaita means like oneness, right? So you are teaching, the Advaita philosophy. You're teaching monistic philosophy. This is a very heavy insult. Nityananda Prabhu immediately refuted Advaita Acharya, saying, "You are a teacher of impersonal monism, and the monistic conclusion is a great hindrance to progressive, pure devotional service." Tomar siddhanta sangha kore je jane ekavastu vinase dvitiya nahi mane. One who participates in your impersonal monistic philosophy does not accept anything but the one Brahman. So actually from that consideration, if somebody is, in that mind, then everything is one. So it doesn't matter, nothing matters. Like Mahaprabhu, when he's a baby, he starts eating from these dirty pots, right? And Mahaprabhu and his mother comes to stop, and he says, "Oh, but my mother, everything is dirt in the end. Everything is coming from the same place, going to the same place. It doesn't matter if I eat from a dirty place or a clean place." He's speaking this, Mayavad philosophy. And then Mother Ch.Ch comes and very sweetly refutes him.
Well, if you eat dirt, then you'll become sick. And if you eat that dirt transformed into vibrant fruit and vegetables, then you'll become healthy. It is a very simple matter. You cannot reduce everything to one.
That's why they're called renunciates, right? The Mayavadis. Because everything comes to one. They renounce every variety.
Right. Yeah.
Eno tomar sange mo ekatre bojan, na jani tomar sange koiche hoi man.
Nityananda Prabhu continued, "You are such a monist, and now I am eating beside you. I do not know how my mind will be affected in this way."
Ei matta dui jane kore bola boli, vyajastuti kore duhe jeno gala gali.
Thus they both went on talking and praising one another, although their praise appeared negative, for it appeared as if they exchanged ill names.
Tove Prabhu Sarva Vaishnaver Nama Loya, Mahaprashadeno Mahamrita Sinchiya.
Thereafter, calling all the Vaishnavas, Mahaprabhu distributed Mahaprasad, as if sprinkling nectar. At that time, the mock fight between Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu became more and more delicious.
Bhojan kori utte sobe haridwani kori, haridwani utilo sab swargamartya bodi.
After taking their lunch, all the Vaishnavas stood up and chanted the holy name of Hari, and the resounding noise filled all the upper and lower planetary systems.
Tobe Mahaprabhu sab nija bhakta gane, sabakare shri haste dila malya chandane.
After this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered flower garlands and sandalwood pulp to all his devoted personal associates. Didi, could you close that door all the way?
Tobe pariveshak sarupari satta jan, grihe bitare koilo pashan bojan.
The 7 persons, headed by Srup Damodar, who were engaged in distributing prasadam to others, then took their meals within the room.
Prabhu Avashesh Govinda Rakilo Doria, Se Anahadi Nase Kichu Dilo Loya.
Govinda saved some remnants of food left by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and kept them carefully. Later, one portion of these remnants was delivered to Haridas Thakur.
Bhaktagan Govinda Pash Kichu Magi Nilo, Se Prasadana Govinda Apani Pailo.
The remnants of food left by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were later distributed among devotees who begged for them. And finally, Govinda personally took the last remnants.
Satancha Ishwar Prabhu Kore Nana Kela, Doya Pakala Nam Koilo Kalila.
The fully independent Supreme Personality of Godhead performs various types of pastimes. The pastime of washing and cleansing the Gundicha temple is but one of them.
Adodine Jagannate Nechot Savanam, Mahatsa Vailo Bhakter Prana Saman.
The next day marks the performance of the festival of Nechotsav. This great festival was the life and soul of the devotees. After the purport, after the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath, during the fortnight before the Rath Yatra ceremony, the body of Lord Jagannath, having been washed, needs repainting. This is known as Anga Rag. So that means for 2 weeks, The devotees, they cannot see Jagannath. He's withdrawn while this process goes on. Nechotsav, and literally Nechotsav, it means like, Netra means the eyes, and Utsav is festival, so it means like festival of the eyes, when they're able to see Jagannath again after 2 weeks of separation. The Nechotsav festival, performed gorgeously in the early morning of the Nava Yovana day, constitutes the life and soul of the devotees. Pakadindu kilok prabhura darshane, darshan koriya lok sukha lo mane. Everyone was unhappy for a fortnight because they could not see the deity of Lord Jagannath. Upon seeing the Lord at the festival, the devotees were very happy.
Mahaprabhu Sukeloya Sabhabhaktagan Jagannatha Darashane Korila Gaman.
On this occasion, greatly happy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took all the devotees with him and visited the Lord in the temple.
Age Kashishwar Jai Lokanivariya Pache Govinda Jai Jol Karangaloya.
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to visit the temple, Kashishwar walked in front, checking the crowds of people, and Govinda walked in the rear, bringing the sannyasi's pitcher filled with water.
Prabhu age puri barati duhar gaman sarupadveta duher parshve duijan.
When Mahaprabhu went toward the temple, Paramananda Puri and Brahmananda Bharati walked in front of him, and at his two sides walked Swarup Damodar and Advaita Acharya.
Pache pache choli jai arobhaktagan utkantate gelasab Jagannath Bhavan.
With great eagerness, all the other devotees followed them into the temple of Lord Jagannath.
Darshan dobete kori marjada alangan bogamandape jao jaya kore shimuka darshan.
Out of great eagerness to see the Lord, they all neglected the regulative principles, and just to see the Lord's face went to the place where the food was offered. So normally one is not allowed to enter the room where food is offered to Lord Jagannath, but in this case, being very eager because of not having seen the Lord for 15 days, all the people overruled the regulative principles and entered the room.
Tisharta Prabhu Netra Brahma Jugal Gada Krishnai Piye Krishner Vadana Kamal.
Mahaprabhu was very thirsty to see the Lord, and his eyes became like two bumblebees drinking the honey from the lotus-like eyes of Lord Jagannath, who is Krishna himself.
Praful Kamal Jini Nayan Jugal Nilamani Darpam Kanti Ganda Jalamal.
The eyes of Lord Jagannath conquered the beauty of blossoming lotus flowers, and his neck was as lustrous as a mirror made of sapphires.
Bandulir Fuljini Adar Soranga Ishada Sita Kanti Amrita Taranga.
The chin of the Lord, tinged with buff color. Buff color. Does anyone know what that is?
To buff something is when you rub something.
Yeah, so I don't understand what it means. Conquered the beauty of the banduli flower. This increased the beauty of his mild smiling, which was like lustrous waves of nectar. I think it might mean red. The banduli is a red flower.
Shrimukha Sundar Kanti Bade Kane Kane Koti Bhakta Netra Bringa Kore Madhupane.
The luster of his beautiful face increased at every moment, and the eyes of hundreds and thousands of devotees drank its honey like bumblebees.
Jatapiye Tata Krishna Bhare Nirantar Mukambuja Charineta Najayantar. As their eyes began to drink the nectarian honey of his lotus face, their thirst increased. Thus their eyes did not leave him. Hemata Mahaprabhu Loya Bhakta Gan Madhyan Bhajanta Koilo Shrimukaradashan. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees enjoyed transcendental bliss upon seeing the face of Jagannath. This continued to midday. Svedakam Pashujal Vahe Sarvakan Darshaner Lobe Prabhu Kore Sambaran. As usual, there were transcendental blissful symptoms in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body. He perspired and trembled, and a constant flow of tears fell from his eyes. But the Lord checked these tears so they would not disturb his seeing the face of the Lord. Madhya Madhya Bhogalage Madhya Darashan Bhoger Samoye Prabhu Koden Kirtan. Their looking at the face of Lord Jagannath was interrupted only when he was offered food. Afterwards, they would again look upon his face. When the food was being offered to the Lord, Mahaprabhu performed his kirtan. Darshanananda Prabhu Sab Pasadila Bhaktagana Madhyan Korite Prabhure Loya Gela. Feeling such great pleasure upon seeing the face of Lord Jagannath, Mahaprabhu forgot everything. The devotees, however, took him to his lunch at noontime. Pratakale Rattayacha Habeka Janiya Sevak Lagai Bhog Dvigun Koriya. Knowing that the car festival would take place in the morning, all the servants of Lord Jagannath were doubling their offerings of food. Gundicha Marjanila Sankepe Kohilo Jahade ki shuni pape Krishna Bhakti hoilo. I have briefly described the pastimes of the Lord in washing and cleansing the Gundicha temple. By seeing or hearing these pastimes, even sinful men can awaken their Krishna consciousness. Shri Rupa Raghunath Pade Jarash Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishna Das. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rup and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy. I, Krishna Das, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Jai Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai, Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai. And the next chapter is Rathayatra, the ecstatic dancing of the Lord at Rathayatra. Sachididi, I think it's your turn. Sing. Yaraya Nama Krishna Janavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govindaram Shimadusudana. Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Moha. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra. Radha Shiva Sani Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasana Guna. Nisai Gosai Jai Mui Taranat Pansavana Padadenu Mura Panchagra Dhanyana Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanebhas Janame Janame Mohe Abhiraj Echai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilobhas Shri Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korina Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Padma Jayama Shri Guru Vaishnava Padma Kuriyasa Hari Nam Sankirtana Kore Narottamala Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo
Jaya Sabai Gar Sisi Guru Puranga Radha Ki Jaya Chuki Jaya Vishnu Vasila Bhakti Nimala Jaya Maharaj Ki
Jai
Jaya Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Sri Acharya Vrinda Ki
Jai
Jaya Vishnu Vasila Bhakti Sunda Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki
Jai
Jaya Vishnu Vasila Bhakti Rakha Sila Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki
Jai
Jaya Bhagavan Sila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki
Jai
Jai Sri Rupa Nuka Guru Varga Ki
Jai
Jai Namacharya Sila Haridas Thakur Ki
Jai
Jai Prince Guru Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki
Jai
Jaya Sri Rupa Sri Sanatan Bhadra Raghunatha Sri Jiva Gopala Bhadra Rasa Raghunatha Ki Jaya Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyam Kuna Radha Punakiri Govardhan Ki
Jai
Jaya Tulasi Maharani Ki ki, Jai Kamaya Monaji ki,
Jai.
Jai Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki,
Jai.
Jai Sri Navadvitam ki,
Jai.
Jai Sri Mayapudam ki,
Jai.
Jai Sri Vrindavanam ki,
Jai.
Jai Sri Purushottam ki,
Jai.
Kamaya Monaji ki,
Jai.
Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki,
Jai.
Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswati ki,
Jai.
Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswati West London Chapter ki,
Jai.
Jai Samadvaita Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki,
Jai.
Jai Samadvaita Vaishnava Mandala ki,
Jai.
Jai Harinam Sankirtan ki,
Jai.
Jai Vishakha Devidasi ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Haribo.